Hey, now we're going to be looking at modeling inequalities. So this day's lesson is all about modeling, and this time we're not going to say things equal to each other. Instead, we're going to be looking at less than or greater than or less than or equal to or greater than or equal to statements. So, oops, and I should also write that this is not model ed lesson 3.5, but 3.6. Can you tell I'm getting a little tired? Hopefully I don't make too many mistakes this time. The average of Jim's test scores must be at least 90 to get an A in class. Jim got a 95 on his first test. What grades can Jim get on his second test and still earn an A in class? So to me, this sounds like an averaging problem. I need to average two test scores and divide them by 2 because I have 2 test scores. I need to average 2 test scores and make sure they are at least inequality 90%. So let's do just that. We know that one of his test scores is, where is it? 95%. So one of his test scores was 95%. And then average, we have to say we're averaging both the tests, so we don't know what the other test score is. And since we have 2 tests, we're dividing this by 2 to find the average of the 2. These need to be at least 90%. So they can't, if it's greater than 90%, that's a good thing. And it needs to be, so we can say this has to be greater than or equal to 90. One of the most common mistakes that I see with modeling inequalities is people not paying attention to what inequality we need to have and what direction it needs to point. So I want you to always think, what part of this needs to be bigger than the other part? So this situation, we need all of his test scores to be 90 or more. So that means this would be where Pac-Man wants to eat, right? So we're going to say 95 plus x divided by 2 is greater than or equal to 90. This is going to have this. We want this to be the smaller number. Now they could be equal to each other, but we don't want to go below this. Okay. So now we can solve it. We know how to solve inequalities. It's the exact same as solving equations, except for we have to watch out for those positive and negative those multiplying or dividing by negative numbers. Let's be clear. You can't really think straight. So I'm going to divide or times by 2 on both sides. I get 95 plus x is greater than or equal to 180. And now I'm going to subtract 95, and I get x is greater than or equal to 85. So essentially, Jim could get an 85% on his second test, or he could get anything higher than that. If he got a 90 on that second test, he's guaranteed an A in class. If he got an 86, he's guaranteed an A in class. If he got an 85, awesome. If he gets an 84.5, bummer, Jim. You are now at a B+. And that just is, that's lame. That's lame sauce. I mean, technically his teacher probably could give him some extra credit and he'd still get an A-, but yeah, that sucks. Either way, modeling inequalities, you need the biggest hint that I can give you and the biggest focus, because at this point in time, you've now had a full day of playing around with modeling equations, actually 2 full days because we started at the beginning of this unit. But now with inequalities, biggest hint that I can give to you is think about what part of your inequality that you create needs to be eaten by Pac-Man. Which one's bigger, okay? All right. Enjoy. I'm going to make one more video with one more practice problem before you get started with your must-do problems and your exit pass. Bye.